They tried to take down the president. The deep state and the Democrat rats must have made a suicide pact. Let's talk about Mad Maxine's insanity.
I don't respect this president. I don't trust this president. He's not working in the best interest of the American people. His motives and his actions are contemptible, and I will fight every day until he is impeached.
You have got to be kidding me. What up, everybody? It's Holy Joe Rock and Roll, the man with the 10 who's always got a plan. I'm coming at you live and unscripted. And I wanted to tell you, this video is entitled, what's it entitled? What I Hate About Stefan Molyneux. Alright? Now, I don't mean to beat up on the guy, because apparently he's done a lot of good for a lot of people. And he's had an interesting show. He claims to be the #1 philosophy show on YouTube. And it all, honestly, I have actually been one of the guys who has contributed to the show in terms of financially. Not a lot, but I have given money to the show because there was a video that he did that was really very interesting, very informative, and I thought I should support his show. So, by the way, hit me up. You can hit me up. You can support me by going to holyjoe.bandcamp.com or paypal.me/HJRR if you want to throw a one-time tip in the tip jar. So there's basically three things that piss me off about Stefan Molyneux. Now the first thing is, this guy was raised Protestant, so Christian, Protestant, and the definition of a white guy is a Protestant who doesn't go to church anymore, who's basically an atheist. So that's Stefan. He admits that he describes himself as an atheist or agnostic, but even though he's not a Christian, he'd rather have a Christian neighbor than an atheist or a Muslim or something like that, right? So, we have the 10 Commandments, okay? Now, for over 2,000 years, the 10 Commandments have been the moral compass, at least a major part of the moral compass for Western societies. And there's a book out there called How the Catholic Church Built Western Civilization. I recommend you read that because after the fall of Rome, the Catholic Church basically stepped up, picked up the pieces, and kept a lot of the stuff going, right, in terms of the monasteries and the information and just continuing with the knowledge, okay, keep the knowledge through the Dark Ages, which was partly caused by the rise of Islam. Hashtag Islam sucks balls. I digress. So we got the 10 Commandments, okay? Now, what pisses me off about Stefan Molyneux is that he became an atheist, didn't believe in God, and spent 10 years trying to figure out secular ethics, which is partly what he calls the non-aggression, the non-institution of, what the hell is it? The non-instigation of aggression or something like that. Dude, that's called thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Right? I mean, you know, so basically, he spent 10 years reinventing the 10 Commandments. And that pisses me off because it's nonsense. You don't have to believe in God to say, look, these are the rules that I'm going to follow, because it makes a civilization a good civilization, all right? A healthy civilization. It keeps things in check. That's the way I look at the 10 Commandments, okay? Okay, so that's the first thing. Like, dude, right? So you spent 10 years creating what you call secular ethics that doesn't have a God basis. For what? For what purpose? If you don't believe in God, you're probably a Jew, okay? Because 60% of the Israelis who claim to be Jews don't even believe in God. So how is that even possible? But I digress. Okay, we'll get back to Stefan Molyneux. So that's the first big thing that pisses me off about Stefan Molyneux. The second thing that pisses me off about Stefan Molyneux is that he keeps talking, at least not so much recently, but not too long ago, he was all the time talking about, you know, white European Christians having more kids. Now here's a man who's 50, and he has one kid. He has a daughter who's 9, okay? He's 50, his daughter who's 9, that means he got married probably around age 40, age 41. Now, whose fault is that you got married so late? Number one. Number two, whose fault is that you got low sperm count? You can't kick out the kids? You don't know how to make the babies? Was it an accident the first time? It's like NASA, who said they went to the moon, but then destroyed all the information and overwrote the tapes, so you don't know how to make another baby? That's what I'm just saying. So, again, in all fairness and all honesty, I actually wrote him and said, hey, I got 6 kids, and, you mentioned we should have more kids, but why do you only have 1? And he did reply, and he said, maybe paraphrasing a little bit, but it's something like, sometimes it's not your choice, or something like that. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Oh, sometimes you don't have a choice in the matter. Something like that. So, I mean, that could mean that his wife's too old, because if he's 50 and she's plus or minus a couple years, so the eggs are gone expired. That's number one. That's number, possibly. Or maybe something happened with the first kid, can't have a second kid, or maybe, hey, this is a woman, his wife, who he says is his equal. Why won't she put out some more kids? I mean, so, okay, that's neither here nor there, but it just pisses me off that this MF is telling everybody else to have more kids, and I agree. It's pretty easy, it's fun, and it's a great thing to have kids. Have beautiful, healthy, intelligent children that you raise, that you can educate, that you can teach, that they learn from you. They love you because you're their parents, okay? It's a beautiful thing. So if you don't have any kids, get busy, all right? I prefer that you get married first. That's really, got to do that. And prenups are good. And look, just talk to a good lawyer. Talk to a good Jewish lawyer. Hide that money, okay? Hide your assets before you get married, so it's just off the table, okay? Just I'm just saying, just look eye to eye, baby, eye to eye, okay? Don't be scared. Don't have to go MGTOW, lifetime MGTOW. Just part-time MGTOW when you're trying to get your stuff, get your game going. Yeah, keep it to MGTOW so that you can get your stuff accumulated, get your stuff situated, all right? So yeah, the kid thing. All right, now, man, I got 6 kids, man. I got boys and girls, so I know that there's a difference between boys and girls. Now, girls, they're really, really smart, especially when they're little. They're young. They seem to be so mature so quickly. I mean, for the normal girl, a normal average girl, right? As an example, girls tend to speak sooner than boys, right? Just because it's just the way they develop. They seem to develop faster, right? So my first daughter, she started speaking. She was monolingual, so she only spoke English, but around 16 months, she was speaking English. I mean, she was speaking, small little phrases, right? My first son, he didn't start speaking until like 2.5, but he was bilingual, different situation. But when he started speaking, he was bilingual. Before that, like 16 months, he couldn't speak. He was just saying, mama, dad, that's it, pretty much, okay? A few other things, but that's about it, right? And I knew he wasn't retarded. He was just bilingual, and at 2.5, boom, he's instantly bilingual. Okay, so I just say that to give you an idea. Now, he's got one daughter, she's 9, and he homeschools her. Now, I am all for homeschooling. If you have the time, and if you have one kid, yeah, it's easy to homeschool one kid, especially a girl. Because if you're homeschooling your kids, they're not influenced by their dumbass, low-class, classmates. Because that's been my experience, is that my kids, I don't cuss in Polish, okay? I mean, very, 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 very rarely, only to tell somebody to stop saying a certain word. I might say, can you stop saying that word, the K word, for instance. So my sons came home from school, and they were cussing in Polish. So where did they learn that? They didn't learn that from me. They didn't learn that from my wife. They learned it from school. All right, so they got that from school. So if they were homeschooled, they wouldn't have learned those words. Definitely not from us. See what I'm saying? So it's much easier when you're homeschooling one child, and you only have one child, and it's a girl. They're very smart. They're much more disciplined. They have less testosterone. I mean, my sons are really aggressive, energetic. They want to run. They want to fight. They want to wrestle. That's boys. That's what they want to do, man. And it's hard. It's harder with boys in that respect. But you got to work with them. Say, guys, listen, focus that energy. Or You wrestle for a while, and you say, okay, that's it for today. That's enough for today. Because otherwise, every single fight will end when somebody's crying. All right? And that's usually what happens. Somebody's got to cry before it ends because these kids don't give up. My kids, they just fight. They will not quit until they're crying. But that's good, right? They're Spartans! Sparta! So, yeah. So, some of the stuff that he throws out there pisses me off because, yeah, if I had one girl and I could homeschool one kid, no problem. But I got 6 kids. I can't homeschool 6 kids and do this and do 10 other things, what I got to do to bring home the bacon, okay? Actually, that's another side story. I really don't have to bring home the bacon. I got the FU money at 28. But that's because I busted my ass, worked really hard, and didn't spend it on stupid-ass shit, okay? And, yeah, so that's all good. Now, the third thing, and this is kind of minor, but my people from Poland, I think you can appreciate what I'm about to say here. Look, I came to Poland November of 2002. First time. I was super impressed, and I know what's happening here. I knew this was going to be the place for me, and that's why I moved to Poland. I relocated to Poland right after that, pretty much right after that. Now, it just pisses me off that Stefan comes to Poland November 11th, right? Poland's Independence Day. He comes to the 100-year anniversary march. I was there. I didn't see him, but I was there. And, he does this whole documentary about Poland, how great it is, and how great it is to be, in a homogenous country. Dude, it's a Catholic country. Okay, it's a Catholic country. It's not a white country. It's a Catholic country. It is homogenized in a sense. But if you look deep beneath the layers, you'll see there's a lot of Poles that are mixed. You got German Poles, you got Romanian Poles, you got Hungarian Poles, you got Russian Poles, not really so much Russian Poles, but like maybe Ukrainian Poles. You got American Poles, like me. You know what I'm saying? So there is a lot. There actually is quite a lot of even Jewish Poles. They said there's 20,000 of them, but you ain't got that for me because whatever. They say there's 20,000 of them that don't know that they're even Jewish. All right. I mean, I would just say, like, if you're guys and you've been cut, maybe you are, but if you're not. You're not. So just chill. Just chill. And don't get that cut, okay? Don't get the cut. I got cut twice. This shit grew back. It grew back. Okay? All right, so that's... that doesn't really piss me off, that third thing. It's just that I discovered Poland a decade ago. And it's like he finally discovers Poland in 2018. So that does piss me off a little bit. I mean, I'm happy that he's coming this way. He's coming towards the light. Okay, he's coming towards the light. And you can see subtly he's starting to recognize that Christianity and the values that it imbibes in true adherence to Christianity, it's a valuable thing. Now, he has said, yes, if you tear down the church and you don't replace it with something else, what are you going to get? Yeah, you're going to get nihilism, you're going to get communism, you're going to get, famine and destruction and death. I mean, that's what always happens, right? And we're starting to see that happening. And he's been, kind of a canary in the coal mine in terms of talking about it. But those are the 3 major things that piss me off about Stefan Molyneux. Now, I don't know if he can forgive me. Stefan, can you forgive me for that? Yeah, first thing was what? I can't remember the first thing. You remember the first thing that pissed me off about Stefan Molyneux? Oh, yeah, the secular ethics. See, dude, live and unscripted. No script, live and unscripted, okay? And by the way, I saw his new studio video. Look, Stefan, look at my studio, man. Look at my kick-ass studio. I mean, I'm gonna do a behind the scenes of my studio. I don't need no stupid little light. A stupid light with the lens, with the filter to change the colors. Are you stupid? I mean, Stefan, why don't you talk to me, man? For this studio costs maybe, okay, not including the computer, but I'm talking about the camera, the audio mixer, the microphone, and the lights. Less than $300, probably around $300. So not okay, right? The computer is the computer. The camera was $99. The mixer was about $100. The microphone was about $100. This is a badass studio mic. It is so sensitive that it's actually dialed down to the least sensitive settings because it'll pick up a truck in the street like a mile away. That's how sensitive this thing is. You don't see a microphone in my face like all you other losers with your, I don't know what you paid for your microphones. My microphone's actually over there. It's over there. It's not even in front of me. It's over there. That's how sensitive it is. How's the quality? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay in the shitty seats? Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, that's another thing that pisses me off, man. How much did you spend on that setup? This computer I have, I could build this computer in 2011. 2011. I don't need any new shit. I don't need any new shit. That's what I'm saying. I mean, and this is going direct to disc, and you can see all the subtitling, all that stuff is all set up. I don't have to do any post-production. This is live. This is live. And it's going to be a premiere video coming out to you guys tomorrow for New Year's Eve. Okay, you're going to see this New Year's Eve. I'll make it a premiere. And it'll be out New Year's Eve, all right? Because I think it's important to share this kind of knowledge. All right? Probably on my Patreon. I'll do it behind the scenes. So if you'd like to contribute to patreon.com/Holy Joe Rock and Roll, I think it is. It's description. It's in the description. You can check it out. Or HJRR. $1 a month. That's $12 a year. Can you afford that? I think you can afford it to keep this channel going. But I'm going to be doing the behind-the-scenes video on Patreon for those that are really serious and are willing to contribute. Come on, $12 a year. To see how it's set up and how easy it is, relatively speaking. Dude, I mean, they talk about you need three lights, front, left, right to do the green screen. I don't have that. I don't have that. Right? You need this $4,000 camera to do HD. F HD. Nobody needs to see the hairs growing out my face. This is good enough, right? I'm just saying, guys, think, all right? Even if I was doing a food review, you'd see the food. You see the creases in my hand. Read my palm. That Norwegian bitch read my palm and said I was 42. Boom. Look at that. You can read it. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just digressing. I'm sorry, but thank you for staying with me. Those are the 3 things that I hate about Stefan Molyneux. The first, he spent 10 years creating secular ethics. When you got the 10 Commandments, it already does it. Boom. The second thing is he only has 1 kid, but he tells everybody to have more. I got 6 kids. I got super sperm. I wrote a song about it. It's on bandcamp.holyjoe.com on my 6th album called Smoke and Mirrors. Check it out. It's a song called Super Sperm. I encourage you. You can listen to it for free. If you like it, you can buy it. All right? You can buy the whole 6 CD discology for 15% discount right now, and I think it's like around $37 for all 6 CDs. Guys, girls, great value for money. Tons of pro-Trump theme songs, but tons of really good music out there. All 100% original by yours truly, Holy Joe Rock and Roll, and possibly a few other contributors depending upon the songs, but it's Holy Joe Rock and Roll stuff. Yeah, I do want to thank Rob and Chuck for their work on Rolling White Trash. That is on I believe my 2nd album called The Second Crusade. All right, they contributed on that. Also want to thank the Reverend Chuck, a different Chuck, for his contributions to some of the songs in the past. Like Little J, My Little J, Janine. He did the music for that. I did the lyrics and performed it. I digress. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to digress. I'm sorry about that. I'm just so pumped up. This is live. This is unscripted. This is a premiere. Welcoming everybody into 2018 from the man cave at Holy Joe Rock and Roll's place here in Krakow, Poland, that I discovered in 2002. November of 2002 was my first visit to Poland. And basically my heart's been here ever since. I officially moved here around 2007. Although I had been living here from about 2003 to 2006. I only left for about 7 months in 2006 and 2007 to work in Silicon Valley before coming back to Poland. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. The third thing is, of course, the homeschooling. the homeschooling stuff, man. If you've got one kid and it's a girl, it's easy to homeschool kids. It just kind of pisses me off, man. So those are the 3 things that piss me off about Stefan Molyneux that I can remember, because this is live and unscripted. I would love to hear your comments down below. Stefan, if you catch this one, let me know what you think, baby. What do you think? I mean, you know, look at that beard, man. Look at that beard, bro. Look at that beard, bro. And I'm younger than you, man. I got 6 kids, man. 6 kids. Super sperm. Super sperm. I've not been drinking. I'm just totally excited. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining me on this premiere. Really, it's the end cap for 2018, or maybe the beginning, what do they call it? The stone cap? Stone cap? The capstone. The capstone, which is usually the first stone that you put in place for new construction. The capstone for 2019. All right? And I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Thumb it up. If you don't like this video, that other button seems to work just as well, right? But hit that thumb up. Let's get around the censoring and the shadow banning. Let's mess up these the algorithms. All right? And remember to always make it happen for the captain, because you're the mother effing captain. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. We saw you coming and we were ready. You can run, but you cannot hide. Cause we're coming for you now. You can run, but you cannot hide. Cause we're coming for you now. Deep state implosion overdrive.